Well, we're calling her a night. Limit of rainbows. About 5 or 6 gills and a couple of dandy perch. All right. How in the heck is it going, everybody? Pretty excited for the topic of today's vlog. Before we get into that, as you can tell from the title, it is about night fishing, which is something we've been pretty hooked on for the last week or so. Before we get into that, though, ordered a spinning rod and reel combo today, so hopefully I got the expedited shipping. So hopefully I'll have that by Friday when we pick the giveaway winners. If not, I mean, you guys already. I appreciate your patience because sometimes it takes us a little longer than it probably should to get you your prizes, but as the probably 50, 60 people that we've given prizes to over the last couple months know, you will get your prize. It just takes a while sometimes. But never had really experience with the rod that came with this combo, but it's got a Pflueger Presidente on it, which is hands down probably, in my personal opinion, one of the best and nicest spinning rods. That's not like $500. So pretty stoked for the lucky winner of that. Anywho, probably should just get right into the topic of today's vlog. So, grew up bow fishing downstate. Probably been doing that for, well, downstate Michigan, for those of you who aren't in Michigan, just to clarify. Probably started doing that when I was 7, 8 years old. And I remember I had this old Fred Bear, like 30-pound recurve longbow, and I was kind of a pansy when I started. So I would hit. I swear to God, I would never miss a fish with this bow. I'd hit everything I shot at, but half the time I wouldn't be able to pull the bow back all the way, and I would just watch the arrow hit the side of the fish and fall off. So then kind of beefed up a little bit and was able to shoot fish, and that was probably, aside from salmon fishing, probably my favorite thing to do as a kid. And elementary school, junior high, high school, all that kind of stuff. Go out with the buddies, stay out till almost sunrise a lot of times, and just shoot a ton of fish. Then came up to the Upper Peninsula for college, and was kind of happy right away that there's not carp up here. But now that I want to, I'm going through withdrawals from actually being able to bow fish on a regular basis. I wish there were carp up here. There are, but you got to drive like an hour and a half south to get to Lake Michigan to get them. And we'll be doing some of that this summer. And then volunteered with the Michigan Operation Freedom Outdoors Foundation. Did their first and second annual bows for the Brave Veterans Bow Fishing Tournament. So had to obviously go out and buy lights and a generator to put on my boat so that I could volunteer in that. And then I had them, and they were just sitting there and not really being used. And I looked at them too many times and decided, let's put them on the boat. Let's go out into Lake Superior and just see maybe if there's a carp. The cool thing is you're also allowed to shoot whitefish, suckers, catfish. I think you're even allowed to shoot perch, which would be very, very difficult. But we figured maybe we would see something that we could shoot. First time we went out, we set up on this place they call the Bubbler. It's a warm water discharge, so that warm water brings in bait and stuff like that. So we set up with the lights. In theory, the whitefish should have been all over the place, but Mother Nature said, no, you guys cannot be out here, and kicked up a wicked storm and chased us off the water. So the next time we went out, found we saw some small suckers and some even smaller bullhead catfish that we were trying to shoot, but probably saw 40 pike, and probably 10 to 12 of them were like 40 to 48 inches. So that was sweet. So then went out and decided we were going to try to sight fish them with the lights, and that was rather ineffective. So that brings us to the topic of this video that I'm most excited about, because it's the first time we actually went out night fishing and had success. So shout out to my buddy Tim King. He's from up here, and he's telling me, yeah, we go out to this lake. Used to go out all the time during the summer, and you just put lanterns up, and the minnows and the freshwater shrimp would come up and catch limits of trout. I'm like, okay, well, if a propane lantern works that good, then I can't only imagine how good 6 super duper bright LED lights would work. And then there's kind of like, oh well, is it too much light? Is the light not warm? Does that have something to do? Does that have something to do with it? But we went out and tried it. The first lake we went to, honestly, was pretty slow. We were sitting up over about 35 foot of water, and Tim's saying, "Oh, the only fish you catch are right down at the bottom." And the whole time, I believe him, because the next lake, that's all it was. But we're looking down. I mean, we probably saw a couple thousand trout swimming in the top like 5 foot of the water column. I mean, like torpedoes just zigzagging all over the place. So that was pretty epic. Ended up, we caught one nice like 15, 16-inch rainbow, and then lost two that were probably like 17 to like 18 inches. So that was kind of hard. And then we decided, okay, well, if it works that good on this lake, you know, at least we're bringing the trout in. Let's go try another lake where we know there's trout, or well, I mean, we obviously know there's trout on both of them, but so we go out to the second lake, and we might as well just show you a little bit of that footage. All righty, well, just got the Genio fired up, get some lights plugged in, and hopefully bring in some bait and then bring in some trout. That's the plan, at least. Trout? Gotta be a trout. Well, that didn't take long. Easy, easy, easy. Get off the net.
It's a good trout. It's a trout. Oh, yeah, bud.
That is a good trout. That is a good trout.
Come grab it. Come grab it. Come grab it. Oh!
That was potentially on me. The other line.
Oh, I messed that up.
Did you? Oh my God! I thought he jumped right in.
I guess the way to do it is both flip them. Or
Well,
get all these other
yeah, we're pulling. Yeah, let's get rid of all these lines. These dead lines.
Nice one too. Fuck, sorry about that, man.
No. That's a trout. I don't like how he's under.
Oh, that's a good one. Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, no! No!
Why can I not do this? I told you, do we need the salmon net? We needed the freaking salmon net. You can't miss a 16-inch trout in a freaking 60-inch net. Okay, so anybody that's fished with us knows that I am definitely not the best person when it comes to netting fish. Something to do with bad eyesight or something like that. But netting trout is, I mean, it was almost like I just had a complete blindfold on. And then I thought it was just me because I missed a whole bunch with the net. And then Alex missed a couple of the nets. So we made this kind of funny joke. We were walking out of the house, and the salmon net was laying at the top of the stairs. I'm like, you think we'll need that? And then it turns out we actually did need that. Because trout, I mean, they're so agile. They're so powerful. They're all muscle. They just move all over the place. And somehow they manage, as you guys just saw, to get just anywhere but in the net. So definitely a bigger, deeper net for these. I mean, even though they're not that big a fish, but would definitely be beneficial. We were boat flipping a lot of them, and surprisingly, we didn't lose any on the boat flip, especially even with that Haley jig hook, which is a pretty small wire hook. But it was turning out, for the most part, I think the majority of our fish came into the boat as a boat flip. Was that the Haley though?
Haley. Go Haley.
I'm jigging, but I'm probably 10 foot up. They're already coming up. We're seeing little, I think they're freshwater shrimps showing up under the lights, which is bringing in the trouts, because I guess the trouts like to eat the freshwater shrimps. I should probably pull, if we're getting them up that high, I should probably pull these other ones up a bit. Sitting over almost 30 foot of water. We're bringing these fish in up to like 5 to like 4 feet with these lights. Kind of neat. You can see my jig down there. Haley jig bouncing around. Best fishing lure ever. Get him in the boat.
Oh, yeah!
That is a beautiful trout there. Tired of missing fish, so I put the Haley jig down, went over to a Swedish pimple. It's got a treble hook on it, so it's not the Haley jig, so it's going to be harder to get them to bite it, because the Haley jig is the best fishing lure ever. But if they do bite this, I have 2 more hooks that say they make it into the boat. That's about where I'm at right now. Okay, well, I caught one on the Swedish pimple of the bluegill variety, not what I'm after, but he had no chance of getting away with the treble hook. Okay, so as far as the lures we were using, as you already know, if I'm jigging for, especially ice fishing, I'm jigging for anything, and now it's probably going to be for freshwater too, or open water, since it's been working so good. We were using the Haley jig, as you will see, or as you probably already saw, and if you didn't watch the whole video from these little segments, but we were missing a lot of the fish, so I switched over to I think it was a size 3 Swedish pimple, and just gobbed it up. with wax worms and leaf worms, which is what, or red worms, or just anything, any worm that's smaller than a night crawler, seem to be killer for these rainbow trout. We literally dangled a minnow down for almost like 3-4 hours and did not even have a nibble, which was kind of mind blowing, because we did go out to a different lake a couple days after, and we were catching a lot of brown trout and a lot of splake, and the minnow seemed to be the main producer. But for whatever reason, the rainbow trout like the worms a lot more than they like the minnows. Definitely not bow flipping that one. You're definitely not. I forgot to button my pants up.
Get him, get him, get him, get him.
Get him in the boat. Got him. Oh my God, got him. I'm gonna get the net just in case, but be prepared for the boat flip. What are you gonna do? I was gonna try to swat him into the boat with the net. 3 minutes later, Alex has another one. Oh my God, how am I gonna net this thing?
There we go.
That's exactly how I'm gonna net him.
There we go.
All right, 1 for 7. Let's go. Get him in. Get him in.
Bluegill.
A bluegill? That's a nice bluegill. Okay, so funny thing about that little clip that you just saw is earlier during the day we were just killing bluegills. Got to make a whole video out of that, but switched over to trout, and at this point it's probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Set the hook on what we figured was probably just a smaller trout. Turns out to be like a 8-9 inch bluegill. Shortly after that, we caught like a 10-10.5 inch bluegill, and even caught like a 12.5, 13 inch perch. So as far as panfish goes, you know, a lot of guys will talk about going out at night to target crappies, which is pretty effective. We've got a video of that in the works. But I mean, yeah, every now and again you'll get a fluke. You'll catch, you know, a species you're not targeting. But I think we caught 4 or 5 bluegills that night. That one perch, and then went out to a different lake. Last night I actually caught no trout, so that was unfortunate. But caught like, I don't know, 8-9 perch, little guys. But even caught like a 13-14 inch smallmouth during the middle of the night. So that was pretty mind-boggling. Just goes to say that really, I mean, I guess you can catch anything when you're fishing at night, as long as you know the fish are awake. It was funny because we were cruising around some shallows, and we were seeing some bluegills sitting on their beds, and some smallies just kind of sitting around. We were, I mean, jigging right in front of their face, So I definitely think they were sleeping. It's hard. I don't know if they sleep with their eyes closed. I don't even know if fish have eyelids, but it definitely seemed like they were asleep and could not tell that there was a lure just dangling in front of their face. And it was funny because you literally bounce it right off their forehead, and then they just jet out of the way. But in deeper water with the lights, when they can't, I mean, because that was in a couple foot of water, so I don't think fishing like that's effective. But if you're in, we were catching trout. First day we went out, we were in 35. The clips you're seeing here, we were in 25 to 30, and then we were even catching fish on another lake that we went to. We were sitting over 30, and then we wanted to move to try and catch some Lakers, so we moved to like 65, and we were still catching trout. So I don't know so much that the depth really matters. The lights are definitely what matters. So the more light, the better. It brings in the stuff the fish want to eat, and it's just cool to fish at night. Shout out to Panther Vision for the awesome lighted LED hat. Really coming in handy.
Very, very handy.
I left
catching fish and having to put bait on all the time.
I left mine in the truck, but luckily Alex remembered his. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that's not a bluegill. I'm going to go ahead and say you might need an attempt at a net. This seems big, boy. Oh my God, yeah. All right, I'm going to definitely mess it up. The crud on the top definitely doesn't help. Oh my God, that's a big trout. Do not bow flip that one. I will get him. He's hooked good if you haven't lost him by now.
Oh, buddy. That was lucky as hell. Thank you.
Dude, they go like 900 different ways. They're so freaking hard to net. Oh my gosh.
Let's get a...
Okay, I've definitely finally found me a trout. Okay, Alex is definitely way better at netting than I am. Oh, he came off in the net.
No, oh, right there.
Okay, drone's in the air. Alex is hooked up. Get the net, get the net, get the net, get the net, get the net.
Rip.
That one, I got that one, I got that one.
Too.
That's all right, I still got him.
Yeah.
Try to fly a drone in the pitch blackness, kind of hard. So the one takeaway thing that we've learned so far that we need to improve on from the couple times we've gone out is obviously, I mean, you can see into the water very good, or I'm pretty good with the lights, and you can see the fish coming up. But as soon as you bring the fish into the boat, even with the few LED lights that we have around the inside of the boat, it's just not quite good enough for GoPro footage. So we are going to get a propane lantern that we can put into the center of the boat, because I mean they're super duper bright, and that's what we learned. We were screwing around with burbot videos, fishing at night through the ice, trying to find a way to get good footage. Everybody would have a headlamp on, and I spent way too much money on those stupid battery powered lanterns. And I had like 6 or 7 of them, and even if I had 60 of them, they weren't nearly as bright as one $40 Coleman propane lantern. So we're going to bring that out the next time. And then the big thing for this is you want some form of headlight, whether it be a Panther Vision hat with the lights inside of it, or just a regular headlamp, whatever it may be. Just something when you're putting bait on, when you're tying knots, when you're taking fish off, just makes everything a heck of a lot easier. And I also think as you just saw that little drone clip, the footage was kind of fuzzy. There probably is, I mean, obviously drones aren't intended to be flown in the middle of the night, I don't think. But there's probably is a setting or something for low light vision or low light view or something like that. But I really think if we had a propane lantern in the center of the boat, that might make the footage a little bit better. But all in all, I don't know. If you guys are liking these night fishing videos, let us know. We'll make more of them. We do want to go out and get crappies, but it's definitely a learning experience. Definitely on this trip, I had the GoPro tilted a little too far down, so like when I go in with a net, you really couldn't see me miss all the fish in first person. But definitely need to tilt the GoPro up a little bit more. Maybe get another camera angle out. We got a couple bass videos in the works and some other things. We're gonna give the night fishing a rest for a couple of days, let the trout get their confidence levels back up. But might as well show you guys real quick what we ended up with from this trip. Well, we're calling her a night. Limit of rainbows, about 5 or 6 gills, and a couple of dandy perch. I don't know if you guys can even see this, but we'll show you when we get back to the launch. Ah, wicked fog, going back. Ah, jacked. All right, well, here's what we ended up with. 10 rainbows, a couple of dandy perch, 5 bluegills. Could have probably kept a couple more, but it was more of a trouty type mission. Not a bad day. Alrighty, everybody. Well, hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. I'm having a lot of fun putting in fishing and hunting clips and just other stuff in these vlogs and the Ask Hunter's Life episodes and stuff like that, so you don't have to look at my beautiful face the whole time. Let us know what you guys think. If you guys enjoy them, we'll make more of them. We're trying to do a video every day. Usually, I mean, I used to fish like 5-6 days a week, and then I take like a day off and just edit all the video at once. But I'm down to only fishing like 3-4 times a week, which is fine because we're doing a lot more fundraising and stuff like that, which is good because that's that's the business end of the career, I guess. So that takes up a little bit of my time. But we got some big things in the work. Still not ready to tell you about our big trip. But we do have some bigger trips. We're going to Iowa trout fishing for our good friend Ryan's bachelor party. I guess they've got like 8 or 9 different river fishing. I guess they've got like 8 or 9 different species of trout. I'm pretty sure they've even got golden rainbow trout, which I'm pretty stoked about. So you get to see videos of me casting into a lot of trees and a lot of good stuff like that. But hopefully that'll be a good time. We'll catch a bunch of big trout. They actually have big trout out west, as opposed to we get all jacked up over a 15-inch trout around here in Michigan. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We got big things in the works. This is gonna be a big year for us. So as always, we appreciate the heck out of your support. We know you all already have, but if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications so you can be updated on all of our giveaways. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you're feeling, leave a comment. We love talking with you guys. And as always, happy adventures.